In the last 15 years, Mother Sedona and Mother Nature have taken me through the deepest waters in understanding the role of a woman and the role of yin within man and within women, because this is the womb. This is about creation, and Sedona is a womb. She is very yin. She is home to many different beings, human beings, otherworldly beings, cosmic beings, and this womb is also water and our emotions. She, of course, used to be underwater, and she holds a lot of ancient history. So one thing that we can learn from Mother Nature and Mother Sedona, for example, is she does not reveal her secrets and her deepest hidden mysteries unless she can trust you. Of course, there are people who will go in and take from her and her artifacts, teach about her, but unless she gives it to you, then we know that it isn't really her, right? So this is one way. This has to do with the spirits and the paranormal as well. They also will not allow you to see them unless they want to be seen by you. And this is why so many are oftentimes called crazy, and some people can see some spirits and not others, because they choose if they want to be seen by you, for better or for worse. So she also knows if somebody is trying to take something from her. She very well knows this. And what happens when we are wanting something, or we're trying to take something from the universe or from another person, is just like a hunter is hunting for deer. They will wear hunting gear and blend in and all this scentless stuff so they can't be detected. When you are wanting something subconsciously, or you're trying to manifest something, it's going to run away from you. And not only that, another spirit, this allows another spirit in human form or not to come in with hunting gear and pretend that they are everything that you need. They will appear to be what it is you are looking for. This is about sovereignty. You are either sovereign or you are not. And just like we are taught that God is outside of us, there are many who are calling out to different gods and goddesses instead of going within. And this has to do with spiritual gifts as well. Of course, she is who shares with us and allows us to access these spiritual gifts when you can be trusted. If you are going outside of you for something, then you are not sovereign. If somebody is a liar to some people but not to others, they are still a liar. You are either a liar or you're not. You're either sovereign or you're not. And so long as you are searching for things outside of you, your sovereignty begins in the womb. This is where you are complete and whole in the mother and father, which means you're not looking for things outside of you, because when we are not sovereign, that grants the opportunity for other people and relationships and opportunities to come into our life dressed in their hunting gear and appear as something else, and they remain hidden. And then eventually that sweat begins to come through, and the mask comes off, the gear comes off, and then it is revealed. They're like, hey, I'm actually not who you thought I was. And this is going to happen in our relationships, and of course in the spirit as well. Just like Jesus teaches, I have never once in all of this time called out to any god or goddess or anything outside of me besides Jesus and Archangel Michael a long time ago, who Jesus teaches that the power is within you. So there is no need to go to look for something outside of you. And the other thing Mother Nature teaches us, just like Mother Sedona calls me to her in a certain time period, different activation, or to go on this trail because somebody might wind up on it and this miraculous experience might happen, or I might meet an otherworldly being. Just because she calls people to her, and this is about attracting what is for you. Just because you call something to you, you must be able to discern if you still want to reveal that part of yourself to them. That is that part of that discernment. You cannot lie to spirit, just like we cannot lie to God, right? It can see, just like a woman's intuition can see beyond in advance. But when we are blocked, our intuition is blocked when we are still holding on to wounds and pain. And what this really comes down to is betrayal. Betrayal is the main wound of the womb. Mother Sedona, this is all about the mother and the son. This has been a massive part of my journey in the last 15 years and working through this, because our role as a woman, you will not understand your role as a wife until you understand your role as a woman. And as a woman, you are a teacher, you are a caretaker, you are a sister. Not only a sister to your own sister and brother, not only a caretaker to your own family, you're not only a mother to your own children, and your role is also a daughter. You are a daughter to the Heavenly Father. So we must understand our role as a woman. And because betrayal goes back so far and so deep, and for many of us, this began with our own parents and in the womb as well. The people and the mother that we thought was going to protect us, that was going to nourish us and listen to us and provide for us in the way that we needed to be, was oftentimes the person who neglected us and rejected us and caused a lot of damage in a lot of ways, right? And not only that, our parents went through that as well. This goes back really, really far. And with the original mother, right? This wound began long, long ago. And because of that, as long as we are carrying that within, or that pain within, this is what we are manifesting. This is the place that we are creating from, is from a wounded place. And this is what has broken up families and sisterhoods, right? So if a man does not protect and acknowledge and nourish his inner feminine, he cannot protect another woman. And a man will hurt a woman. He will deny her feelings, avoid her, reject her. He will do anything he has to do to avoid the pain. A lot of betrayal, and most betrayal, comes from two things. It comes from not wanting to process pain, and from insecurities and not knowing your worth and value. So a man who cannot protect his inner feminine, just like you cannot be a liar and not a liar, you cannot betray your inner feminine and protect another woman and not betray her. You have to know how to protect and manage and nourish and treat your inner feminine, because she will feel betrayed. I have seen videos online, for example, where a man gets caught cheating and you will hear this deep grieving. I've seen them on the floor just because that is in the womb. That is your connection to the source, and you have betrayed her, not just the person that you cheated on. And this goes for women too. This is all around. I'm using this as an example. You cannot betray your inner feminine and protect another woman or play your role as your inner yin. A woman who does not want to process pain and who does not know her worth and how to attract what is for her will also betray other women as well. And this is massive in conscious creation and understanding. And what Mother Nature and Mother Sedona have taught me is about attracting what is for you. So she can call me in. She doesn't call me on the phone when she's calling me to do something there, right? She's not showing up in a person form. You attract what is for you. But if what is in your womb is your creation center, if it is betrayal and pain and resentment, even if it's coming from our own childhood, right? Or something else, that gives the opportunity. This is like a sticky spider web for another web to come in and attract that, or you just attract that bug that's going to come in and meet you there, and it's not going to be what you really want. Because as long as we are looking for something, it's going to push that thing away. You attract. If something is for you, you attract it, and it happens when you least expect it. The best things that are for us and the things that are coming from our true desires and what we really, really want, wound-free and pain-free, comes when we least expect it. So Sedona is also a spa. She tells me for many years that she is a spa and she is a church. So, and if you don't know, I'm also an esthetician. Being an esthetician is how a lot of this healing came in, right? So I would have women or a group of people, I would have people come in from all over the country, from different places, sometimes outside of the country. They came for a facial. But when there is this miraculous healing or transformation or understanding, they weren't planning on that. They were not planning on that. The best things come in when we're least expecting it. If it is love, if it is money, if it is opportunities, anything that we are really wanting to get, that we are going after, is going to run from us. And what does come in is probably going to be false or in disguise. For the most part, everything comes in when we absolutely are not expecting it. So when they come in and this happens, not only are they not planning on it or expecting it, but I'm not really planning on it or expecting it either. I might have been being prepared leading up to the appointment in ways, but I still wouldn't know what was going to take place or what was going to happen or who it would be, right? So we don't know. So when we are planning on something, because this is about Scorpion, Judas, and the mother, right? So all of this in the desert, panther, the snake, the scorpion, the phoenix, this is all about the yin and transformation. Judas this is Scorpio. So Scorpio rules the womb and the reproductive center and transformation as well. So, and betrayal. So this is about betrayal and control. These are the traits of the shadow side of the scorpion, right? So when we're trying to control an outcome, control when something comes in, control when something happens to somebody, to us, or another person, we don't want them to do this or go somewhere because they might cheat on us. This is about control. These are all about attachments. As long as we are attached to an expectation, to an outcome, to anything else that we need because we're not sovereign and whole within, then we're probably going to attract that, because this attachment, this pain, this wound, this expectation is what is going to attract something else. Because what is really good for us, what is for us, it doesn't come in when we expect it. The other part of this is releasing pain and letting go of pain. There are many of us who are holding on to pain, like I mentioned, that we do not realize it at times. And 9 out of 10 times that somebody winds up on my table, they are not afraid of pain. So I have had maybe a few people, very few people, who are like, oh, that means I have to face my emotions and my mother. Absolutely not. But for the most part, 9 out of 10 times, they are not afraid of pain. It is when I say, wait a minute, what's this about? And they say, oh my God, I did not even realize I didn't even know I was carrying that. And the tears start shedding out. And then this big weight lifts off them because they did not even realize that they were carrying that. Many times we don't realize it. And as the yin and the inner feminine and the empathy within, we have taken on a lot of people's pain. And yes, our job is to process the pain, not only mentally process, but physically process. But we cannot process other people's pain for them. And sometimes people are putting their pain onto us, or we do it to others. Or if somebody's angry and yelling, they want us to process their pain for them, okay? And the mother doesn't want other people to get hurt. She has to face the fact that sometimes if her child falls off the couch and hit his head, that she might not be able to control that. So this is about not picking up other people's pain. You have to allow, your role with the yin is to allow other people to process their pain and to understand that you can't process others' pain for them, and nobody can process your pain for you either. So when we want somebody to know that they hurt us, we want them to process our pain. We want them to take some of that or understand that too, and they can't. Nobody can process somebody else's pain. And some people don't even like that women exist or that you exist, and you have to let them process that pain as well.